Could you briefly describe yourself and your job title?
My name is Christopher Bridges. My current job title, I'm a creative director for the Lingo Company. My job title when I was in the military, I had many. I was a logistics supervisor. I was in charge of civilian / military and just a general patrolman and flight leader.
Awesome. Was there a universal language used in the law enforcement?
Yes, there was there was a universal language. In the military itself, depending on what you're trying to write, most of our communication was all internal communication. There was very seldom external communication, so it was all like formal business type communication, from letters of memorandum to reports you did. Now, as far as on the law enforcement side in the military, we pretty much it was formal internal communication, but it was written in a way that made sure it was legally binding, to make sure it was 100% accurate. So it was a little different than your typical internal communication.
All right. And was the form of written communication archaic? Was it old, or was it always up to date? Was it understandable?
It was understandable to the military. So, like I said, it's all internal communication. So there was versing, there was specific words that were unique to the military. So, like I said, most of it was internal communication. And stuff that was external, we just had to further clarify anything when it came to acronyms, when it came to info about the subject. We did some things different, so we just made sure we did it the civilian way.
In your opinion, what form of communication is the best in an emergency situation? Verbal or?
It's definitely verbal communication. Obviously we had our radios that we communicated all the time, and then if anything happened, I as a boss would communicate directly with my people, so it was clear and understood. You didn't have time for written communication like that when you were
in an emergency?
In an emergency, or actually daily operations. We didn't do written communication. Our written communication daily operations was specific for documentation and a timeline of what happened throughout that day.
Know that. And when you were writing business correspondence, how would you make sure that there weren't any mistakes?
Yeah, in the military, we pretty much would run it up the chain. So if I was doing something as simple as doing an enlisted performance report for one of my troops, that enlisted performance report would go to my boss, who would sign off on it and make any corrections. It'd come back to me, I'd make changes, send it back to him. He would send it to his boss. So it had a whole chain of checking.
That's awesome. Okay, and how would you rate your verbal and writing skills when you were writing business? Would you prefer writing or verbally saying what you had to say?
So I can definitely write what I need to say a lot better than I can
speak it. That's good. And that'll be all. Thank you.